Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here again. Very repeatedly today, as it turned out, or is turning out to be the case. On February 5th, 2018, on Monday, and it is 19:20 in the evening, Eastern Time. Why can't I get this thing away? There, away. Avast ye, be gone. God bless us all. Here, have some dilute wine with me. Those of you who have watched, my last video, where I was talking about a little bit of an interchange with my son, involving my judgment about how I handle my YouTube channel. And I do appreciate his caring and comments. I really do. I think those of you who have listened to me over the years know that I am far from a pedophile. And I certainly don't want to have anything to do with young girls or young boys. Hot young teenage guys, just after 18, yeah, maybe, but, not, come on. Let's be reasonable. How did we get off on that? Oh, see, God bless you, Thomas. Anyway, my friend from Seattle sent me this link about, it was like a New York Times Magazine article, or there was a PDF file that he had made of it or something. And anyway, I had heard about this guy. It detailed one of these early neuro brain research things where you have a fortuitous injury to somebody or a fortuitous surgical procedure on somebody, and then you see what happens to them afterwards. It's the physical equivalent of qualitative analysis. Squirt some in and take a look. In this case, it's like cut something out and take a look, or have something thrown through your head and take a look. It's that kind of thing. And the introductory part of the article that dealt with some of the classic cases. I guess there was one case where an iron bar, I think it was in Argentina, an iron bar came through somebody's skull, and it didn't hurt a single thing, well to speak of, although it kind of made the guy somewhat more aggressive than he had been. I guess considerably more aggressive than he had been. In this case, this fellow had a surgical procedure for, I think it was for some sort of epilepsy, I think. But I may be wrong. I may be misremembering. In any case, he had a surgical procedure, and he basically had, his memory went back about 30 minutes. Now, he could remember far back before he had the procedure, meaning like, if he had it, I think it was like in 52, 53, he could remember then all that stuff from that back, but he couldn't really remember anything since that time to any extent, maybe the last 30 minutes possibly. Although maybe there were some things, if they happened often and often and often enough, he might be able to get a little bit of a retention. Now, these things are fascinating to me. Now, my one sort of real life experience with this kind of experiment, I just had some beans and garlic and vinegar. It's been wonderful, so I'm belching. I wish you could be experiencing that with me right now. He is my, when my mother was at my sister's, it was in 1992, October 1992, yes. And I was vacationing up on the Upper Peninsula, and she was on Drummond Island on my sister's place, and I was going to pick her up from my sister's place and drive her home. And I went over and got on the ferry and went over to Drummond Island, and my nephew and my niece said, "Oh, Mama fell down the stairs, and they had to take her down to Traverse City on a helicopter." Well, this was sort of like the pre-cell phone era, at least for me. I think pretty much for everybody at that point, at least our family. And no way to let me know. There might have been a way to let me know, but they didn't. In any case, I went down to Traverse City, and I stayed with her for about 5 days, sleeping out in the car, and it was like 20 degrees, I think I did get a motel room 2 nights, but that was during, sort of a leaf-looking time. God help you if you want to try to get a hotel room in Traverse City, Michigan, during that first week in Michigan, October. Good Lord. Anyway, she had it was like a right front. Was it right frontal? It was a right frontal hematoma, fairly large one. It's about this big. Didn't require surgery. It wasn't like it swelled up and caused intracranial pressure to increase or anything. And so it was like, there it was, and then of course, it went, presumably got resorbed or whatever. And now this is I had, until I read this article today, I hadn't really distinguished between this. In her behavior toward me, verbal behavior toward me, she was a lot more friendly. In her body language toward me, she was every bit as hateful, if not more so. And after she died, I got hold of her diaries that she was making. You'd think, oh, she can't do squat. No, she's in there writing everything down. I'm out there cooking her food and getting it ready to freeze for her, and putting in the freezer and things. And yes, I'm having the occasional beer while I'm doing that. Yes. He's out there getting drunk. So basically, her verbal behavior toward me was benign, not particularly positive, but benign by her previous standards. Her body language was as hateful, if not more so. And her written assessments of me were really, really hateful, if not lies, bordering upon paranoia. So, that was, I think it'd be interesting to see somebody, if they can get a group, and that's going to be hard to get a group of these people, such that you can separate out their verbal responses, their body language responses, and their written responses to somebody with these kind of right frontal lobe lesions. There's a little research, there's a little PhD project for somebody. Just put my name on the study as an honorary author or something. It's not like I'm not a trained observer, or more or less trained observer. Well, it's a lot of fun. I appreciate the fact that people care about me. I do. But, I freely admit I've got a different ethos about this self-revelation than a lot of people do. I admit that. I don't have a problem with it. A lot of people seem to have a problem with it. But, and if I've caused anybody near and dear to me to have problems because of that, sorry about that. I'm not going to apologize for that, actually, at all. Because I am what I am. And here I stand. I can do no other. And will not be any other. So bye-bye, YouTube.